Coming up on TV 10 News, Governor Quinn stole the headlines yesterday, what you need to know about his State of the State speech, and a special proclamation he made right here in Bloomington.
And we're rolling out a brand new segment today. If you're not hungry now, you will be when we show you what you want on your plate.
Plus, a campus mansion needs some work, and your opinion counts. How you can have your say about what happens to it next.
Your TV 10 News at noon starts right now.
Governor Quinn's State of the State address was just yesterday.
But he's already out advocating his biggest issues.
Good afternoon, I'm Aaron Eads.
And I'm Alicia Ogerman.
The governor laid out a plan for the state's direction over the next several years.
TV 10's Vicki Cronin is live in the newsroom. Vicki, how long did he plan ahead?
Alicia, Governor Quinn laid out a blueprint for the next 5 years. His hope is that this call to action will increase jobs and economic growth in Illinois. Quinn talked about 3 major issues to be addressed. First, he says even though unemployment is at its lowest point in 5 years, there is still work to be done. He talks about how there needs to be a new small business advocate to look at existing policies that may impact small businesses. He also wants to lower the limited liability company fee from $500 to $39 to try to promote people to start new businesses. On the other hand, he doesn't mention anything about lowering taxes. Senator Bill Brady does not agree with the governor's address.
Second highest unemployment in the nation, and yet he thinks we're doing well. You think about his failure to recommit to the promise that he would provide a tax cut against the 67% tax increase he imposed. Leaves a lot of uncertainty on businesses and families in this state.
Next, Governor Quinn talks about making education better by focusing on early childhood. His initiative is called Birth to 5, and it highlights 3 things. First, making sure expecting mothers have more prenatal care options because 25% of low-income mothers are not receiving any. Next, providing young children with access to more quality learning opportunities. And finally, to ensure parents have a strong support network in the lives of their children. Finally, Governor Quinn wants to focus on the lives of the middle class. He wants to raise the minimum wage to $10 an hour so people will be able to spend more in their communities. He also wants to double the earned income tax credit and provide employees the opportunity to earn 2 sick days a year. However, Brady says he does not support Quinn's plans of raising the minimum wage, and many other Republicans don't either. Quinn is receiving a lot of backlash from other members of the Senate about his 5-year plan, including Kirk Dillard, Jason Berickman, and Tio Hardiman. Quinn was already started promoting parts of his plan today around Illinois, going to Rockford this morning and Chicago this afternoon to promote his Birth to 5 initiative. Now back to you in the studio.
Yesterday was a busy day for Governor Quinn. He signed a law that allows online betting in Illinois to continue. That allows horse racing tracks to keep their schedules this year. It's a 3-year extension that includes a surcharge on wagering. The move prevents Illinois Racing Board officials from having to make budget cuts.
That's not all the governor was up to. Last night, the band Chicago played at the U.S. Cellular Coliseum. The concert was for people affected by Illinois tornadoes. Take a look at this picture. That's Governor Quinn with the band. Quinn proclaimed January 29th the band Chicago Day in honor of their music industry success and efforts to help tornado victims.
You might have some state government business of your own. Everyone has to renew their license or vehicle registration at some point. But how can you do it without leaving campus? TV 10's Sarah Clayton shows you how.
Illinois Secretary of State's office came to Illinois State University today. This is the first time they set up their mobile office for the spring semester. They will be in Old Main from 9:30 until 3 p.m. One faculty member is using the convenient location to fit his own needs.
I came here expecting one person and maybe a long line, and instead I find a very efficient operation with all kinds of folks helping us out.
Convenience being the key word used today, the Secretary of State office is trying their hardest to have the best mobile office that they can.
Secretary of State Jesse White is all about customer service. He wants friendly, quick service, efficient, and that's what we're about.
Students, faculty, and staff will be able to renew licenses and state ID cards, purchase vehicle license plate stickers, and purchase ISU license plates without having to travel to their office in Bloomington or Springfield. The mobile office has been coming to ISU for 7 years now. They come once every month to campus. With all the services offered here today, students can use this mobile office to their advantage. For TV 10 News, I'm Sarah Clayton.
The Secretary of State's office will be going mobile 3 more times this semester. They'll be here once each month.
Meanwhile, student government on campus met last night, and what they discussed could cost students. TV 10's Maureen Christensen explains.
During last night's meeting, the Student Fee Review Committee explained why the fees for next year may be increasing. The committee discussed their efforts to identify areas where savings could be found. While these efforts could bring down the cost, it's still important for students to begin thinking ahead about how to keep the price of school affordable.
In Illinois, my biggest advice would be go ahead and file for your FAFSA. The state of Illinois, it's a first-come, first-served basis, so I would recommend students file that as soon as possible.
Recently, the university has had an increase in expenses due to a number of reasons, such as hiring employment at Hancock Stadium, an increase in funding at the Bone Student Center, and the rising cost of public transit. However, the increase in numbers isn't necessarily final, and according to members of the Student Senate, shouldn't go unquestioned.
A lot of times we shy away from talking about the budget. We just think it's something that we have to deal with, but I think more often than not we should question these things and determine whether or not these increases need to be made.
The budget increases will be voted on in the upcoming weeks, so if you feel you have an opinion to voice, now's the time to reach out to your student government senators. Emma Rimza, TV 10 News.
If you'd like to contact the Student Government Association to voice your opinion, attend a meeting or visit the SGA website.
ISU students enjoyed 2 days off for frigid temperatures this week. The polar vortex hit Champaign-Urbana just as bad, but University of Illinois students didn't get a break, so they lashed out at the administration on social media. Hundreds of derogatory and racist comments against U of I Chancellor Phyllis Wise were posted online. University President Robert Easter called the remarks disgraceful. Many students have apologized for the others. Chancellor Wise has not commented.
A Normal man was arrested for sexually abusing minors over the internet. It happened Monday in the 700 block of Normal Avenue. 45-year-old James Carter is charged with violating sex offender registration and 5 counts of aggravated criminal sexual abuse. The NPD says due to the age of the victims, no further information is being released yet.
ISU is mourning 2 students. They both died over the weekend in unrelated incidents. Yusuf Ahmed's funeral was held on Tuesday in his hometown of Oak Lawn. Services for Katie Borenstein were held this morning in Buffalo Grove. Family, friends, and ISU students attended both funerals. Student counseling services are available to speak with those impacted by the deaths.